Welcome to Red Bull Matchbox Race 2024. You've joined us for the final episode of qualification here at Pumpernickel Park Raceway, comprising rounds 11 and 12. Without further ado, let's meet our first batch of drivers. Ingi Vasili drives a Ryula LX from Hot Wheels. Ava Yima Kshida brings a Silhouette 2 to the raceway. Ruben Fabia is one of a bold handful of drivers taking a convertible down the course. Here's a Carbonic from 2014. Christina Tinkerbell is hoping to sparkle and fly in her Super Blitzen from 2010. Etzela Elias drives the first of 3 Corvettes taking to the park today. There's a C7 Z06. This fiery El Vienzo is being driven by Ramatsula Nikolais. Anke Eustace drives the last of 5 competing Mustangs. Hers a 2018 GT. Theophila Chaz is taking time away from the beach to compete in her Toyota Tacoma. Perhaps she's a friend of provisional 9th place holder Teresa Lynn. Diesel boy of Freya Io rides to Valhalla. Ingi Vasili starts us off. Big pop as a suspension corner, but quick onto Poet Straight, loses some pace over the drop, but keeps it controlled to the finish. Run 2. Oh, that's a big pop there, and Ingi is curbside. Let's see how that's happened. That's rare. Big understeer out of the corner, and they just lose the rear completely. Glad they stayed on track. Here's their third run. This time keeps it clean. What an exit. Terrific speed. But was that a wheel up on the curb? They finish well. Let's have another look at the drop. Sure enough, a touch of oversteer and wheels up. That's a big correction and will surely cost them. 7:16 lands Ingi just outside the tournament. They'll be regretting that third run mistake tonight, you can be sure. Ava Yima Kshida is up next. This looks alright. Bit of a wiggle out of trailhead. That's steady, but not enough, I wager, for the tournament. Let's see if she can improve. She was not efficient on Poet Straight there, but better into cupboard. And this time wheels to tarmac through the loop. But it's not enough. Ava is going home with a 7:27. Ruben Fabia is relishing the free air as he begins his first run. That's great around trailhead, and like a flash into cupboard and through. That looked rapid. He's off on his second run. Big loss of the rear there. That costs him exiting trailhead a touch slow. Phenomenal speed onto the final straight though. Was that there? Sure enough, gets almost sideways in the air out of Commie Corner. What a finish. And he'll be celebrating that sub-7 time, which secures him a tournament berth. Here's Christina Tinkerbell. She's superb here at the top of the track. Oh dear, she's fallen. High speed into trailhead, a touch of oversteer and the wheel is up and she's over. She's basically gone straight off there. Glad to see her starting run 2. Once again she's very quick. Brilliant, all the way down this time. Run 3. A worse exit onto suspension straight, but she's mastered trailhead. It's blinking, she's out of cupboard and done. Let's see the air she got on that last corner. Stunning stuff. Christina is safely into the tournament with that 6:51, sitting P11 at the moment. Etzela Elias is off. This looks quick down the straight, but they touch the brakes over the drop. That slows them through cupboard. Hopefully they've worked out the jitters as they begin run 2. That looks much the same out of trailhead. I don't know if this is an improvement. Ha, look at that. 2 identical times, both outside of the tournament bracket. Ramatsula Nikolais is up next. This is not looking good. Big hesitation after trailet, and rather placid through cupboards. Yep, we could see that coming. Ramatsula needs a miracle here. And it's not gonna come. There's just no more speed to be found in that El Viento. And once again flops in the loop. Let's look at the damage. At least they were consistent, as Ramatsula is heading home among the backmarkers. Can Onka Eustace do better? The Mustang has not been a top vehicle so far. Abermyle Astoria the only one with the tournament's hope right now. If this run, decent but clumsy, has anything to say, Onka won't be joining them. Here's his second run. A little a pop at a suspension corner this time. This is far from rapid. The wild horse's hope is shrunk to a single pinprick as we see Onka's poor times. Theophila Chaz is unlikely to do better, but will reserve judgment. The truck isn't terrible, but that's far from rapid into the cupboard. She takes Gommy Corner alright though, and makes the loop. Let's see if she can increase her pace in a second run. She's slow down Poet Straight, and that's going to cost her. Still, the Tacoma makes the loop look easy, and that's something. An 8:18 will send Theophila back to the beach. High on chrome and fumes, Freya Io is roaring through the suspenders, roaring slowly down the straights and around trailet. I don't think she wanted us to witness that. Off on run 2. This one is looking no better though. Very slow into the drop. Maybe she'd drive quicker if there was a sandstorm on the horizon. She'll be heading back to Immortan Joe defeated with that 8:14. Here are our standings after 11 rounds of qualifying. Our top 10 with places in the tournament secured have not changed. Christina Tinkerbell slots in 200ths outside the top 10, while Ruben Fabia sneaks ahead of our second ever runner Astrape for 17th. With 8 drivers still to go, Imelda McBride and Below are not yet guaranteed slots, but Eldridge Chang is breathing a sigh of relief. They're in. 7 of our runners drove straight into elimination this round, Ingi Vasily closest, missing out by only 300ths as it stands. Up next, our final qualifying round. Let's meet the drivers. Tavi Avimael will start off the final round in their Matchbox Terrain Transit. Tuhul Mila has seen a nervous precedent set. The only other Gazella R in the competition failed to break 8 seconds. Linda Reisig will be taken to the track as if lives are depending on it. She drives a Torque Twister from 2009. Keiichi Isabella hopes to put the fast in fast food in her squat Buns of Steel food truck. Arvid Jensen won 3rd place in 2021 and is hoping his 2010 Corvette has another deep run in it here at Pumpernickel Park. Anne-Marie Stott ran 12 times on the Ridgeway track in 2021 and failed to reach the finish once. She's hoping her Corvette is suited for the dedicated raceway. Amir Whitehead is also hoping to forget 2021, where he achieved 76th in his 911 GT3 Cup from Hot Wheels. Henderson Karina will set the final times of qualifying in his 2017 Power Rocket. Tavi Avimael starts off the round. As we've come to expect with off-roads and all-terrain vehicles, they're slow at the top of the course, and slow at the bottom too, it seems. She's off again. And this time her pace is so poor, she topples around trailet. Harvey will want to finish with some dignity here. Let's see them make it to the bottom. Quick enough to make the drop, but not quick enough to make the loop. She's going home, but with how much embarrassment? Nearly 9 seconds of it. She's 4 positions from last. Tuchel Miller is up next. And wow, what's acceleration after suspension corner? He's already entering cupboards. He's past the line. Good grief, that was lightning. Certainly under 7 seconds, but there's no time to speculate. Tuchel is off on his second run. Once again, that speed is just extraordinary. Blink and you'll miss his run from trailer through to the loop. He got air there out of Commie Corner too. Let's take a look at his times. I think we're in for a treat. 6 drivers from the end, and we have a new pole sitter. What incredible speed. Linda Isaac has to follow that, which I don't wish on anyone. She certainly appears slow in comparison, though she's smooth enough around trailhead. There's not much here at the bottom of the raceway. I think that was hardly decent even for getting Tuchul's speed. She's taking Poet straight a bit slowly on her second run here. That's not a blistering final straight either. No, indeed. Linda is above 8 seconds and going home. Smell that? Hot oil and cheap beef. It's Keiichi Isabella. She is remarkable quick down the... Oh no, she's toppled to the floor. What's happened? She corrects coming at a trailhead, and the height of the truck is just too much. She teeters over the edge. She's off on run 2. Once again, this is impressively swift, safe around trailhead. Dominates Commie Corner, and look at those buns of steel in the loop. I could feel the G's from here. Hopefully she's not spilled any fry oil. She's at the top of the park again and rapid through the suspenders. A touch of correction above the drop, but blistering through the cupboard into the finish. I was not expecting this from this vehicle, I'll be honest. But there you go. She slots into 20 and will be serving chips into the tournament. Arbid Jensen is up next. Looking rapid down Poet Straight and down into cupboard. Flash down the final straight. Evidently not a one-trick pony, Arbid. Off on his second run. This looks quick again. Maybe not as smooth around trailhead, but he's making up for it here in cupboard. That looked superb. Let's take a look at his times. He breaks 7 seconds and is in the tournament. Our final Corvette of the competition is on the raceway, and Anne-Marie Stott is looking excellent here at the top of the course. Very composed and quick through cupboards and to the line. That looked terrific. She's back up for her second run. A worse exit from suspension corner, but wait, she's oversteered and cocked a wheel. Quick correction and she's through cupboard into the finish. Her first run will stand her well, I think. Let's see what went wrong there. She comes round trailhead and there's a big pop and suddenly she's grinding down the drop. Good on her to keep her head and correct back onto the tarmac. And with a 6:48 securing her a tournament berth, I'm sure she can quickly forget the mistake. Our penultimate driver, Amir Whitehead, is on track. That's decent on the straights. That's a great exit from trailhead. That cost him through cupboards. Here's Amir's second run. He takes trailhead better this time around, but still not impressive at the bottom of the raceway. Let's see what he did. Cracks 8 seconds, but not nearly enough to keep him in. Henderson Karina is our final driver of the day. Looking alright out of the suspenders, quick around trailhead. I was swift through cupboard as well, but perhaps lacking punch from the final straight. Let's see what he can do on our last run of qualifying. That's not rapid around suspension corner, but once again aces trailhead. Decent through cupboard as well. Let's see Henderson's times. That 7:15 leaves him 807 places out of the tournament bracket in 39th. And here we have our Tournament 32. Tuchrul Mila shakes things up with a last-minute grab for pole, pushing the Rocket League trio to 2nd, 3rd and 5th. Anne-Marie Stott slots into 11th, her second run losing her tiebreak for 10th. Abed also loses her tiebreak and is placed 19th on the grid. The chippy truck of Kiichi Isabella sneaks into 24th, just behind Clark Cannon and the DeLorean. Alessandro Philemon has a Sith's own look, completing the grid in 32nd, while Henderson, Amir, Lena and Tavi fare worse and move forward as spectators. That completes this episode and qualifying. Look ahead to a reveal of the grid face-offs and the full qualification standings. After that, it's tournament time. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time at Pumpernickel Park.